Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, the Videopreneur. I wanted to give an update on my 61 Chevy Apache. So as you can see in this video right here, we had some, this is the passenger side and top of the door. This is part of the cab. You can see there was rust. Well, you can't see it. There was rust there, and Lynn cut it out. And what's interesting is the rust wasn't all that bad, but once we started looking at it and poking around and found out it was a bit worse. And so you have to cut back to solid metal in order to make that repair. So it really complicated things, and it took a lot more work than I would have thought it would have taken when he first talked about replacing that. But what's interesting about this is everything you think is going to take a period of time, it takes a lot longer than you think. In this part of the video right here, Lynn has made a piece of replacement. That's where the gas cap was. We had a in-cab gas tank, and actually people think in-cab gas tanks are very unsafe, but really inside the cab is the safest place on the truck. But I'm taking it out just because I'm 6'3" and wanted some additional space and bigger tank, putting a tank underneath the back. If you look at previous videos, you've seen that. So in this video, you can see I'm just showing the inside of the cab and some of the work that we've done and some of the work that still needs to be done. So I took out the windshield wiper motor, and I got to take the arms out, and there's a little bit of play in there. And this is another example. I wouldn't do that. Under normal circumstances, I would just accept it and very seldom use my wipers, wouldn't worry about it. But Lynn is a perfectionist, and every time we get somewhere, he just says that's what you got to do, and so I'm doing things his way, even though it's my truck, and I know I'm going to have a heck of a lot better truck for that, and it's putting us behind. Here's a video, just we're tilting the cab back on its back so we can clean the underneath and then sand it and prime it. So Lynn's neighbor Bruce came over from across the road and helped us. Lynn and I tilted the cab back. Bruce is lowering it down. We're holding it, stabilizing it, putting it on the dolly on its back. And then in a later video, I'll show you an Eastwood grinder that, holy cow. So at the bottom of the cab, a lot of it, well, on the firewall, I took a heat gun. And if you look in previous videos, I took a heat gun and a putty knife and scraped the firewall where they had put undercoating. It's kind of like a tar-based product, and I scraped all that off. And then on the bottom is the same stuff plus 60 years of road grime and all kinds of gunk underneath there. So I scrape a lot of it off, get a lot of the big stuff off, and then I use this grinder, which I'll show you in a later video, and holy crap, it just blows right through that. And if you ever are faced with this problem, you got to get yourself one of these Eastwood grinders. It's amazing how clean it makes it. It takes it down to bare metal in no time, plows through anything. There's different grit on the wheels that you can use, and so it just made short order of what was on the bottom. So just wanted to give an update here. I'm moving the camera now to show the underneath of the cab, and you'll see here in a second. And also the other reason we're tilting on the back is you can see here at the top of the cab, that hole that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Now Lynn will be able to weld it and work, you know, directly in front of his face as opposed to working over his head, and that wears you out working over your head. So all this black here, that's all fresh metal that we replaced. So you can see how much metal work we did. And when we got to this part, we were just BSing, but we thought, well, hell, time and money, we could have maybe just saved ourselves some time and maybe money by just getting an entire floor pan for the bottom of the truck and just replacing it all in one fell swoop. Because I bought parts and then didn't think I needed them, bought the wrong parts, and you know, I spent more money probably than needed to be spent. So anyway, we're just taking an assessment, and then we'll get after this. Lynn's gonna weld that part right where Bruce is standing. He's the guy in the kind of lime green sweatshirt, and we're just checking the quality of the work that Lynn did as far as welding is concerned, and then also get an assessment of what we have to do. So appreciate you watching these videos, and as I say, you know, if you get value, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments, your questions below. I try to get to the questions as quickly as possible. Appreciate all the compliments and the support. It you know, it helps with the project and helps put out more videos, and also the thumbs up go a long way for the channel, and appreciate that as well. So pretty cool taking the cab and laying it back on its back like this, and you're able to access a lot more than you were able to access when it was right side up or the correct side up. So thanks again. I'm going to go ahead and jump off, and you can watch the rest of the video. And thanks again for the support, and I'll catch you on the next one.